A couple of years ago, my teacher from the Shalom Hartman Institute in Jerusalem, Rabbi Dr. Daniel Hartman, spoke at the Rabbinical Assembly Convention, which was then in Dallas, Texas. He gave a class on the radical idea of putting God second, which is based in part on this week's portion. VaYera concludes with the greatest test, as the rabbis see it traditionally, that Abraham was tested 10 times by God. The last and most challenging of all the tests was God commanding Abraham to take his son Isaac to a mountain on which he would then offer Isaac to God. And so this test has challenged theologians of all religious denominations, not just Jewish, throughout the ages. How do we understand a God that we expect to be moral and compassionate and the model for that for our lives? How do we understand God wanting Abraham to offer his son to God? And so one way that this radical way which Daniel Hartman taught us is that this was really a lesson from the Torah about what can happen if we act as if we think God tells us directly what to do and what not to do. In other words, we have seen the terrible consequences throughout the centuries and even ongoing today in the world by religious fanatics, people who claim to be acting in the name of God, and what can happen in the extreme to a tragic degree, affecting countless lives throughout the world. And so the lesson of the Akedah, as that story is known, the binding of Isaac, is that Abraham failed the test. Abraham was supposed to put God second. He should have known that in no way would God want him to offer Isaac to God. And so when the angel comes at the end of the story to prevent Abraham's hand at the last minute from striking his son with the knife, that is the lesson to us, that, and to Abraham in the story, that Abraham got the test wrong, that Abraham failed, that we always need to put God second. We need to put morality and ethics first, and then understand God through the morality and ethics that we need to live our lives by. This radical lesson from Daniel Hartman helps us understand what religion really is supposed to be about, providing us a guideline of how to navigate life and how to find God in our lives, God as source of compassion and morality and values. Shabbat Shalom.